Learning objectives. After completing this module, learners will be able to define what are resources, describe the classification of resources and the basis of classifying it, list the need to conserve the resources, underline how to conserve resources, define sustainable development, list the principles of sustainable development. Natural resources.
Everything which can be used to fulfill our needs is a resource.
Resources are broadly divided into three types, namely natural resources, human-made resources, and human resources. Natural resources are resources that are obtained from nature and are used without much changes. These resources occur naturally on Earth. For example, the water from seas, lakes, the light from sun, etc. Natural resources are further subdivided into four parts on the basis of their first, level of development and how we use them in practical life. Second, origin or occurrence. Third, stock or the amount of resources available for use. And lastly, distribution, which means where can we find these resources? On the basis of level of development and use. Actual resources. Resources whose quantity is known and used by us at present using advanced technology. Example, petrol in West Asia, windmills in Tamil Nadu and Gujarat coast, coal in Andhra Pradesh. Potential resources. Resources whose quantity is not known and not being used because of lack of technology to extract them are called potential resources. Example, uranium in Jammu and Kashmir. On the basis of origin. Abiotic resources. Non-living resources are called abiotic resources. They do not move, grow and breathe. Example, soil, rock. Biotic resources. Living resources are called biotic resources. They breathe, move and grow in size. Example, plant, animal. On the basis of stock. Renewable resources. Resources which can be restored or fill up quickly are called renewable resources. Example, water, soil. Non-renewable resources. Resources which have limited stock and once finished they take thousands of years to restore are called non-renewable resources. Example, coal, petroleum. On the basis of distribution. Ubiquitous resources. These resources are present everywhere on Earth. Human-made resources. Resources that are made by humans using natural resources are called human-made resources. Example, iron ore was not a resource, but using technology, human extracted iron from it to make building, cars and other variable resources. Human resources. Human resources can be defined as the number and abilities of the people. With the help of human resources, that is, the skills of humans, we have transformed natural resource into valuable resources. Example, transformation of wood obtained from forest into furniture. The ability to convert wood to furniture is human resource. If we are physically and mentally fit with formal education, we can create more and more human resources. Resource conservation. Resource conservation refers to the use of resources in such a manner that the resources are not wasted and have enough time to get replenished or renewed for human use again. Reduce, reuse and recycle by using 3 R's theory. Each and every individual can contribute in conservation of resources, that is, reducing excess consumption, recycling old resources, and reusing the resources. In order to make resources available for all, we need to follow sustainable development. Sustainable development refers to the use of resources in such a manner that it meets the requirement of the present generation without compromising the needs of future generation.
Principles of sustainable development. Respect for all forms of living and non-living beings. Improvement in health and quality of life. Protection and preservation of biodiversity. Avoid wastage and optimizes the use of resources. Change social attitude towards environment. Motivate people to care for their own environment. Importance of resource conservation. Proper use of natural resources may sustain the environment. To maintain balance in environment. Minimizing the waste of natural resources. To conserve biodiversity.
Summary. Let us summarize what we have learned.
Everything which can be used to fulfill our needs is a resource.
Resources are of three types: natural resources, human-made resources, and human resources. Natural resources are classified into different groups depending upon their level of development and use, origin, stock, and distribution. Use of natural resources to make buildings, bridges, and other amenities are known as human-made resources. Human resources refers to the number, quantity, and abilities, mental and physical, of the people. Reuse, reduce, and recycling resources is necessary to conserve resources.